Wait. They were dogging on Aaron. He went to TMZ. Yes, he went to TMZ. But she also went to the tabloids.
So he
And
did it first.
He also did.
He did it right. He went to the tabloids while she was in jail. That doesn't sound like calculated to you?
Hey guys, this is Ao from Catalyst. I'm going to be covering some podcasts that I found called E-Groupies. You should subscribe to their channel. They're two friends that actually have differing opinions about Aaron Carter, and they've actually had personal experience with him, experience that makes them pretty well qualified to give pretty good judgments on Aaron's character. So let's listen to some of these clips.
That is calculated.
It was planned.
I don't know if the whole thing was planned. However, it's definitely weird that he's going to play victim and he's going to run to TMZ while she's helpless in jail and can't speak out for herself because he wants to hurry and clear his name before she could come out because he knows that she would, and she did, which is why she's in his home right now because he wants to shut her up.
Whoa.
Well, we already know that Melanie just wants to be with anybody who has a high name, so I don't think it matters whether he showers or not.
Are you telling me that Melanie, this high maintenance whatever, is going to be with him and he doesn't shower?
Yeah, we're going to be talking about Aaron Carter, but listen, me and Lindsay have gone through a lot. There was a point where I felt
he's still doing the same thing, but he's gotten himself into a lot.
Since we've spoke to him, yeah, he's gotten. It was when he always been making bad decisions, but once he got Melanie in the picture, I feel like is when things got extremely bad because.
Yeah.
Personally, I think he hates her for some reason. They just tolerate each other. And, the current events that have gone down are just... It's not a coincidence. That's what I'm going to say. It's just not a coincidence that all of his girlfriends hit him.
Lynn. Wait, what?
I just think it's not a coincidence. So Melanie gets in trouble. She goes to jail for abusing him, allegedly.
Aaron spoke out publicly about her choking him, her scratching and clawing him, and about potentially breaking her dog's leg. That's too many lies to make up.
That's the point. He is king of lies. I don't think he even keeps track of his lies.
That's one thing that I think could still really be up for debate is the whole Melanie Peanut thing, the whole issue. Honestly, I even said this in an earlier video. I don't think Melanie's completely innocent too. It can't be one-sided. I know as soon as they broke up, it was Team Melanie versus Team Aaron. I honestly think that they were, yes, both toxic for each other. But does Aaron lie? Yes, he does lie. I'm sure there's exaggerations, but I'm sure some of them aren't. I could see Melanie getting pretty catty. I think anyone could. Doesn't mean she's a bad person, but, that's just my opinion.
It is possible that they are all crazy because they are all crazy exes.
So
I'm telling you, I really feel like these girls are off their rockers.
Okay, so you're telling me he's just so good at picking awful girls, and he's just gonna be the one on top every single time. He's gonna be the most innocent human being ever, every single time.
I honestly feel like that's what's happening.
Listen, your execution is great there, and I can follow it.
Thank you.
However, you are definitely making the biggest excuses for him. You need to start seeing.
Did you even see this stuff with ABBA? Are we going to go down that road?
Oh my God. I've forgotten about ABBA.
ABBA was there for 3, if that, days. And it was really much like a groupie. An actual groupie. And she, won't accept that. Like, she doesn't care. Like, she doesn't admit to the wrong things that she did. Like,
what did she do?
And go all the way to California. Like, she flew in, like, she had paid like $3,000 for a VIP experience with Aaron.
Okay. So,
and so she like spent $3,000, and I guess she didn't fail to tell Aaron that, and like went out there and cornered him essentially, and I guess he at some point like agreed to like letting her go to California with him, because at the time he was like in New York, and that was like a long freaking ride. I believe they were in New York, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. And so was doing weird things. Like, she was crying off and on. Like, I thought she was on drugs. Like, I honestly did, because like,
this is one thing that I will kind of agree with Lindsay on, is that Aaron does pick crazy chicks. Abba, like, he didn't have to let Abba in. Like, he didn't have to go with Selena Powell. He didn't have to go with Jenna Shea. But if we're talking about relationships, see, this is depending on your point of view. What would you consider a relationship versus what would you consider a fling? Like, Melanie is way past the point of being a fling. Like, everyone thought she was going to be a fling, but she's not a fling. She's like it was an actual relationship that she moved in and stuff like that. So does Aaron get himself into situations? Yes. But I mean, if he's not realizing that he's getting himself into these like situations where he may turn abusive, or he thought that they were going to be dope, I don't know. It's kind of hard to like be like, oh, well, the girl is completely the victim. You know what I mean?
The most of the time he spent at his computer. And so like, that's how you know he wasn't doing anything like sketchy. He was literally just at his computer the majority of the time. I don't think he liked her. And for the right reason, she was crazy. And so I remember her crying in his bed. I remember her crying in the room, and she just kept crying and crying. And I don't know why that was. And I just know that she ended up being pretty much like kicked out. Like, yeah, get out of my house. Like,
see, this is where we divide, because it just doesn't make sense how you keep blaming the other party.
They could have had sex. They could have had sex, and he could have left a bruise on her.
Okay, they could have, but why is it that all these girls are having these experiences? Like, it doesn't make sense to...
They're crazy.
Oh my God, no. The crazy one is Aaron, and Aaron is definitely good at master manipulating your point of view, because you are... Sometimes you see it and sometimes you don't. Right now is one of those you don't see it, but I think soon...
No, it's because I'm the crazy one.
For me, what happened is Aaron is crazy, whatever you consider crazy. So he picks a crazy girl, which makes him do crazy things. Like, if that makes any sense. So it's like a tit for tat, tack for toe, knit for gnat. You know what I mean? Aaron picks a pretty edgy chick because that's what he's attracted to. But then I feel like he's not actually attracted to like that super edgy type of girl. So then he ends up getting mad, and then he goes crazy. But I've said this before. I think Aaron, whenever he says stuff in the moment, whenever he's talking in the moment, I truly believe that he believes what he's saying. There's no way he doesn't. And I think that's why he comes off as manic, because he believes what he's saying in that moment. Even if later he was like, oh, I did that for fake, or I was lying. Like, I think he believes what he says. Like, when he's with these girls, he believes he's going to be with them. I don't think he like has a mass plan that he's going to like break up with them in like 2 weeks. Like, it's not that deep for me. But Bella is also right too. Like, I'm not going to say she's wrong.
All right. Like, I'm crazy because I watch
you
these
are
lives
crazy.
and shit. But here's the thing though. Watching those lives, I've learned a lot, because I've seen a lot, and I've seen that the majority of the time he's already streaming. You can literally see what he does. Like,
but why do you think he's innocent all the time? I want to know why.
Like, what is he gonna do in 2 hours to these freaking girls that like?
Everything. He smashed Melanie's phone. That is the biggest sign that someone is abusive.
I think it's definitely possible he smashed her phone.
You are
I think that's pretty fucked up. But that is not. You cannot say that like is. It has something to do with him like also abusing her.
But this is what I think. I don't think that she is innocent. I don't think she was the one who was like totally beat down.
Bella, see, now Bella's speaking my language. Go on, preach.
I think they were both probably in the wrong with whatever that had went down. But definitely I don't
Then why didn't she say that?
Because she's not going to admit, like, I mean, I don't know this for sure. This is just my speculations, but even if if she were like, I mean, she could have been trying to defend herself. She could have been like fighting back. Like, there's so many possibilities. However, that doesn't write off Aaron. Like, I definitely think that he was the one who provoked it. He probably went through her phone. He probably made up something that he saw and he wanted to just pop off. So I think he started it, but I think they're both wrong, probably, because I don't know what happened for sure.
Referring to the incident with the physical incident that sent her to jail.
Yes.
By the way, guys.
Here, he provokes all of his wrongdoings in his life. He is the reason why he's miserable, his own self. He brings all of his negative on his own, and I think he likes it. That's why Melanie's over again, because he likes to be miserable and he likes the drama. He loves for everybody to talk about him. That's why Melanie's over again, because he likes to be miserable and he likes the drama. He loves for everybody to talk about him.
Case, this is just a short kind of compilation of the full podcast. Make sure you go check out their podcast at eGroupies. I'll put a link down below. It's pretty interesting, and plus they both have insider knowledge and insider experience with Aaron, so if anyone's gonna make judgment on their character, it's these two people. So make sure you go check them out, and this is AO out.